What is up YouTube, Angry Eradicate here. Today for our Friday analysis video, we are going over Garchomp, a staple of the OU metagame. I think it was even in Ubers back in Gen 4. Don't quote me on that one, I'm not 100% sure, but Garchomp's always been top tier, great threat, super offensive, and even like, it's kind of underrated with its defenses. You always can see those like leftovers with those Rocky helmet sets with rough skin, and that makes a nice physical wall, kind of like a mini Ferrothorn of sorts, with also the fact that it can set up Stealth Rocks. But first of all, let's go over the sets we have today. We have a Choice Scarf set, a Life Orb set, 2 Garchomp-Bite sets, and a Dragonium Z set. So first we have our Choice Scarf set here. All the abilities should be rough skin beforehand, unless you're running some kind of sand. You can run Sand Veil, obviously, but if you're not running sand, you might as well run the rough skin. It comes in pretty handy sometimes. Now, if you're running a Mega set, that you're always going to Mega Evolve turn 1s. It really doesn't matter too much. For our first set here, Outrage, Fire Blast, Earthquake, and Stone Edge, Speed, Nature, Attack, and then 4 EVs in Speed, because it ends up not affecting your Stealth Rock damage taken. Alright, this thing's pretty much, it can function in multiple ways. It's a nice revenge killer, and it's a pretty good late game cleanup. Obviously you can't set up, but it's a late game cleaner when things are weakened down. You're going to want some kind of Stealth Rock support for this thing. Outrage and Earthquake, 2 great stabs. Fire Blast for stuff like Celestelia, Skarmory, Scizor, Ferrothorn. There's so many good things that Fire Blast is good against in the metagame right now. And then Stone Edge gives you some nice coverage against other flyers. They're otherwise going to be able to hit stuff like Mandibuzz. You can take that out a little bit easier and whatnot. Go a little bit more for the first set. So that's other cover. I guess Earthquake used for stuff like T-Tar and whatnot. Other options you can get like Brick Break and Crunch. They're kind of just worse options. If you want a certain counter, you can run them. On the Choice Scarf set, you obviously don't want to run Stealth Rock. You can run Rock Slide if you're not comfortable with Stone Edge's accuracy, although 80 is not the end of the world, and Rock Slide leaves a lot to be desired. For our second set here, a Life Orb set, Swords Dance, Outrage, Earthquake, and Fire Fang. Investment for the set, we are running Speed, Nature, as well as the last one, I believe. Yeah. Most of you guys know I usually run the Nature and Attack or Special Attack when I'm running a Choice Scarf user. However, for Garchomp, he's only 102, and I want to outspeed some slower Choice Scarf users. I think Chandelure, if you want to outspeed Chandelure, even you have to be running the Speed Nature as well, so it's pretty important to be doing. Life Orb here, like I said, the Sword Dance. You want to switch this thing on against stuff like Chanseys and other walls that aren't going to want to stay in against you, giving you a free chance of Swords Dance. This is also kind of more of a late game. It's not so much of an early game setup because usually they'll have something to counter it. Outrage, Earthquake, and Fire Fang. Obviously choosing Fire Fang instead of Fire Blast this time because you're running Swords Dance. Other options, he does get Aqua Tail as well. That's another thing you can run. I personally don't recommend it. But yeah, there's just Outrage and Earthquake, 2 great stabs again. Instead of Life Orb, you can run Lumberry if you're really worried about burns. I would definitely recommend some Cleric support with Aromatherapy or the Healing Bell. So maybe like a Chansey, Florges even, something that would kind of pair well with Garchomp. We'll go over teammate options a little bit more for that. Third set here, our first Garchomp-Bite set. I chose Sand Veil here. Beforehand, obviously, he gets Sand Force after he Mega Evolves. So, obviously, you want to use this on a Sand team if you can. If not, he's still not bad. The first set here, Earthquake, Fire Fang, Dragon Claw, and Swords Dance. Pretty much the same thing as the last one, actually. Yeah, it's just that this one's more of a bulky sweeper instead of a faster variant, as obviously he does lose that 10 base speed, but he does get a lot of bulk. His defenses go up to 115 and 95 instead of 85 and 95, so he's definitely a lot bulkier, and his attack's super high now. So 482 getting double, that's pretty strong. That obviously makes up for the Life Orb, missing the Life Orb for that as well. Again, this thing works really well on a Sand team as well. So if you have a Sand team, I'd recommend the Mega set. If not, or if you don't have room for a Mega, I'd recommend the regular set. And our second one, I'll go over the second Garchomp-Bite set first. Rough Skin here. This is more just some extra coverage moves, a special. This is kind of like a switch up one. You almost never would see something like this. They would at least have 1 or 2 physical moves. I'll just show you some of the different options you can run on it. I ran full special attack. The problem is when you're wasting base 170 attack. It's kind of like the last video, the one video with the Landorus Therian. You're almost never going to run this. You might run like a coverage option or 2, but for the Mega set at least, he does have a lot of decent special attacking options. Fire Blast, Surf, Earth Power, Draco Meteor. So what I would honestly do is take a set like this, get rid of Swords Dance, and put in like Draco Meteor, or if you really need the Surf coverage, run Surf, or Fire Blast if you want to run Fire Fang. Although I guess with taking out Swords Dance, that'd be okay. With Swords Dance, you want to run special moves because you're kind of wasting the whole point of Swords Dance. But yeah, this set's more of a joke than anything else. But our last set here, the Dragonium Z set, I kind of like this one a lot actually. It's a nice switch up because I usually expect the Rocky Helmet sets or the Life Orb set, but I mean the Choice Scarf set, not the Life Orb. But this one's Outrage, Stealth Rock, Swords Dance, and Earthquake. Obviously that Outrage is going to be super strong when you pop the Dragonium Z. Problem is the set kind of lacks the power. I'm running a Speed Nature as well to outspeed as much as possible. That 102 speed, like I said, just not enough in the current meta. And there's a lot of fast things in addition to the walls, like I mentioned earlier. I also run Stealth Rock on this set, and I forgot to put down the last set here, or do an extra set for the Stealth Rock, so the leftovers. It's not as common as it used to be with either leftovers or Rocky Helmet. You just pretty much run Stealth Rock and then 3 damage moves, usually Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and then Fire Fang. Other options, he does get Iron Head, I believe. Yeah, he does. He gets Iron Head, and I think he gets Poison move. Yeah, he gets a Poison Jab as well. So if you want to run one of those two, the Poison move's pretty nice. It helps against fairies, and it helps against stuff like grass types. While the Steel type's obviously going to help more against just the fairies, really. And he gives you a nice flinch chance as well. It's up to you. But those are the pretty much the basic options for the different sets you can run. Again, I kind of just didn't include the Rocky Helmet set. I haven't seen it as much. Back in Oros, it was super popular as a switch up from the Choice Scarf, because also it kind of looks like you might be a, if you're not running for Stealth Rock turn 1, it looks like you could be a Choice Scarf set, and it can kind of throw people off a little bit. It's a nice switch up. But now, guys, we'll go over more of a team options, and we'll go over how to beat Garchomp. Okay, so for Garchomp in general, for his teammates, you're going to have some kind of special sweeper to go with it, because usually it's almost fully physical, besides obviously the Fire Blast or stuff like Ferrothorn and Celestelia, the defensive versions of it. You're going to want to have some kind of special sweeper. I love putting Ash Greninja or even Protein Greninja with this thing. It's super amazing. Choice Specs Ash Greninja hits super hard, and this thing's kind of like a frail pickup cleaner to pick up the things that Ash Greninja can't kill. It gives you 2 really fast options that also hit pretty hard, and obviously having a nice physical special split is something every team kind of needs, especially balanced and offensive teams. Defensive teams can kind of get away with it if they don't have like the good physical special sweepers, obviously, because they're more reliant on Stealth Rock damage and whatnot. But most teams that are like balanced and offensive, the ones that are more fun to play, Stall's kind of, you know, boring. But but yeah, having an Ash Greninja works really well with this. Stuff like some slower stuff as well, cleanup sweepers, or stuff that wants to set up later game. Or maybe like a wall breaker for this. Maybe like a Mamoswine will form a decent pair with a Garchomp. Something else you can do for the non-Choice Scarf version, for like the Life Orb version, slow Voltorn core users, so like Rotom Wash and Scizor actually makes pretty decent partners, because they also kind of like, you know, the defensive synergy's pretty well there. They resist Ice for him, while he resists some of the stuff like Fire for Scizor, and Grass is neutral against Garchomp. Usually has decent matchups against Grass types for Rotom Wash. For the Life Orb set, also, you're on maybe like a Ferrothorn or a T-Tar to set up Stealth Rocks, you know, some Stealth Rock setters. If you're on Hyper Offensive, Excadrill works well. You make a Sand Team maybe with your Mega set right here. Just spitballing some options here. Tapu Fini seems to make a great partner for everything. Also kind of works well with his synergy. And take care of some of the things that it kind of can't. Stuff that deals with Celestelia, because even like Fire Blast, if it's especially defensive, isn't going to do amazing against it. Unless you're using like Fire Z move for Fire Fang, it's not going to do that much to that. Even Skarmory, unless you're running Fire Blast, isn't going to take it out. If you're running Fire Fang, it won't be enough. Even at +2, it's only break down to 30, you can just whirlwind you out. But stuff that takes care of Celestelia, so stuff like Zapdos, even Jolteon's way too low, I wouldn't use that. Magnezone makes a good partner, it can trap a lot of the steals, and then you don't have to run the Fire Fang on the sets. So if you want to run this set, but you want to run Fire Blast, let's say you want to run like Iron Head for Fairies, although Magnezone also takes care of that. So Magnezone's a pretty great partner for Garchomp. Also, it resists the Ice for it as well as the Dragon, so it's really helping out Garchomp on its side. And then the fact that Garchomp, it is okay against some of the stuff that Magnezone beats, but it's mostly the fact that Magnezone can help take care of a lot of stuff that Garchomp can't. So I definitely recommend Magnezone, Ash Greninja, and that's a pretty good core right there for your offensive potential. Give him some nice walls with it, maybe like a Ferrothorn for Stealth Rocks. You got a nice 4 Pokemon right there. Whatever else you're kind of worried about in the metagame, I'll let you guys decide for those. How to beat Garchomp. Obviously, like the stronger Ice Shards, so stuff like Mamoswine, even like Cloyster, which you're almost never going to see, but like, but you could run something like that. But yeah, other like faster, like Choice Scarf Kyurem Black can take it out, obviously, if it's not running Choice Scarf itself, but that's another option you can do for it. Celestelia, unless it's running like, again, like the Z Fire Fang, it's not going to be able to take out Celestelia until it gets weakened down by other things. And then I guess, again, if it's not running, it takes whatever coverage move it's not running. Like stuff like Clefable, as long as it's not running Iron Head or Poison Jab, which is pretty rare, you're almost never going to see that. It's not going to be able to take out it's going to be able to take out Garchomp in 2 hits with Moonblast, and you get 3-shotted. And if you're unaware, you don't have to worry about the setup with Swords Dance. I know a lot do run Magic Guard, but if you do need that unaware sweeper, that is pretty helpful as well. And something to clear out Stealth Rocks, because Garchomp obviously is super beneficial from it. Alright guys, that's my analysis of Garchomp in the current OU metagame. If you have any like suggestions or like new sets, I know I left out the Rocky Helmet set. I'm sure some of you guys will comment that down below in the comment section, because you probably didn't watch this far. But yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions for Garchomps. It's a pretty cool Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. I never used it too much. I never really made one in-game to use in tournaments and stuff, but it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. You fight it all the time on the ladder. But thank you guys so much for watching as always. Hopefully you guys can leave me a like down below, maybe sub to the channel. We have plenty more content, more analysis, more teams. I hope you guys go check it out. Have a great day.